to raid and then end it.
I know. That's what I.
Marco. Okay. I had to drop Jumbles off at her friend's camp. I hear you. Fuck the stream.
Okay, now I do believe I am being heard. I do believe my gain is way too high. Testing, 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 testing. How is everything, y'all?
Good.
Sounds good here.
Hooray.
I had meat to fire.
What mode do I have this on? I have it on Instagib. You all want to start with Instagib?
Sure.
Xargoz, you are the guest. What do you
it.
want to start as?
We can start here, just, remember to change it after 10 or 15 minutes.
Well, yes.
Or just change it now.
Well, what mode do you want? I can change it whenever.
I mean, I like them a rockets, so...
Do you want...
That would be Holy Trinity, right?
Holy Trinity?
Hello.
Yeah.
Or Unholy Trinity, whichever.
Unholy Trinity.
Holy, unholy.
All right, chat says I'm muted, but I should not be muted right now if I am watching the volume meter.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, you start off unholy, and then after someone sees you, you're very holy.
It's true.
I should be audible.
Well, but if
You're
it's a
audible.
rocket launcher, then is it really holy or Gibby?
All right, so I'm doing
It
remote
depends on
console.
your definition of a hole.
Oh dear.
All right, exec game type Unholy Trinity, and then we're gonna redo this map because I like this map. QCDE 18. And here's hoping that this works. I did not quit golf with friends. Let me do that because I'm getting interesting frame rate things.
I bet.
Alrighty. It is Unholy Trinity. Huzzah! Yeens into the sun. Was that you, Zanny?
Yeens
No,
on the
that's-
sun? No.
That's me.
Ooh, is that a chaos I hear?
Tis.
Welcome!
Hello.
Glad you could join us. So,
Welcome back, friend.
before we move over and we talk with Xargoz and Zanny, if you are joining,
Don't
huzzah.
sound too
you are-
excited.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Look, I am having physical issues and I medicated up. So apologies to everyone. I am absolutely going to be slower today because otherwise I was going to have to cancel and I didn't want to do that. So I don't expect to win that much today. But, Chaos, you're here, so I want to talk about a little gift I got in the mail. Draggor found a blue key card.
Surprise.
Blue key card.
Oh?
I
I'm
got
intrigued.
I got sent a blue key card in the mail, and now I have to get dressed in my Doom Imp costume and get a picture of it with the blue key card.
Oh, cool.
And it's got a nice strap, too. It's very well done. I love this thing.
Very cool.
So thank you, Chaos and Fishy.
Oh, you're very welcome, Draggor.
I would like to see pictures of this. I am interested.
Well, the message I sent to you both was when I'm not gross, I will get in the costume. Because yesterday was in the sun and on the rooftop, and I was covered in sun lotion, and I was a sweaty mess, and I didn't feel like showering and then getting into suit after a hot day. So that will
Just to
be...
clarify, it is a actual key card, right? Not an innuendo.
I
Well, it's
have
like-
a...
How would that...
Well,
You
you could
clearly
put
don't
the
hang
card
out for
in
that.
your endo. See, we
Bit
got
of a
there.
stretch.
It would be a stretch only on one axis.
Oh.
Why?
because that's how things are shaped.
Jesus.
It
Well,
took
you know,
me
they
a
use the
second.
RFID now, so you really gotta, insert it. It's not just the swipe action anymore.
Welcome to the chat and welcome to the show. This is how we're starting with things. I can't control it. It just happens like this sometimes.
It does.
Oh, there's an Alkali in the chat. Hooray!
Fine.
Hi,
Oh,
Alkali.
it's me.
Or is that you?
No, well, Alkali said is a dragon, so
Yes.
that's what I was reacting to. It was very confusing. I know. Sorry.
Oh, I just noticed there was text typing. But yes,
Oh,
my hope
Lord.
is for Fursuit Friday, I will have an appropriate picture of the key card and the Doom Imp in possession of it.
Nice.
So this Friday, I
Excellent.
hope to do that. Yeens in space? Was that you, Xargoz?
Beans in space. We just we are speaking of that. We are most through History of the World. Miko had not seen it.
The movie?
Yes.
Oh, so good.
So good.
Funniest man alive.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He is.
Every time he trends on Twitter, everyone has oh, is he still alive?
Oh my god, I just had the worst thought. You said funniest man alive, and I had to stop and I go, oh, that's right, Carl Reiner died.
Oh.
That's
I
horrible.
don't know though, but Mel Brooks.
As far as legacy and legend, Carl Reiner being a bit earlier into it, with Dick Van Dyke Show and Sid Caesar, Mel Brooks came a little bit later.
Well, and with also more movies.
All right, what's your favorite Mel Brooks movie?
Oh, I don't think I have it on this computer yet.
I mean, somewhere.
Anyone
God, it's
else
so
got
hard
one
to
they got an
choose.
answer real quick?
It's probably gotta
Blazing
be
Saddles.
Blazing Saddles, right? Yeah. I really like the producers, though.
I've never seen Mel Brooks producers. I've not seen any producers, actually.
So good.
My spiritual favorite will always be History of the World, just because of the gags I laughed the most at. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Mine,
in terms of yeah,
I was going to say mine is Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
nice.
It's a toss up between that one and the producers for me.
Producer's really good.
Yeah, I really like the producers.
I mean, come on. Your show within a show is called Springtime for Hitler.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
That is a level of absurdity that I want to check out. I'm just shocked I've never done it.
Wait, you know? Oh,
I've never seen it,
the
and I never
producers.
saw
You should.
any of the play versions, and I never saw the movie remake of the play of the movie, which I
Okay,
like
I didn't
Nathan
know
Lane
that.
and Matthew Broderick, so maybe I should
no,
see
just
it.
see the movie.
Just see
Yeah,
the
just see the regular.
the Mel Brooks
This is
one.
the original. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. As someone who's seen the new one, yeah.
There we go. That is the disincentivizing endorsement I needed to skip the new one.
It's like a shiny, soulless piece of shit.
I mean, because like
It's
the original
okay.
has such a simple story and stuff. Like it's real easy to see that they just overdid it, you know.
I
Well,
understand.
yeah, exactly.
Like the original producers has about 15 minutes of story. Like half the movie is just watching the play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's the
true.
audacity of like, so what are they gonna do? Is it true that the movie started with them goofing off on the play, and then they had to figure out, all right, well, we've got Springtime for Hitler. How do we sell this? Like, wasn't the whole thing a meta commentary on the creative process itself, on how to deal with an unsellable idea that makes you laugh?
I mean, true, but I think something you're forgetting is like half of it like hinges on the performance of curly-haired fucking Willy Wonka and Max,
Gene Wilder.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max Bloom. Wasn't that, what was his name?
Max Bialystock. Leo Bloom.
Leo Bloom, the main actor, whoever played him.
Oh, I'll be right back.
That was Wilder.
No, the other guy too. Yeah, Wilder and whoever the other guy. They were wonderful. They're really good.
A heavily armed goose destroyed my day.
You're welcome.
Goose used wing buffet. It's super effective. Zanny used wing buffet with hot sauce. It's super effective.
Oh, we were playing fucking Persona, and like our character go in the bathroom. He's like, "I want to go to a buffet." I'm like, "Who the fuck thinks of a buffet when they're on the fucking toilet?" It's like, what the hell is this game?
Well,
I don't have a
know, I would.
response for what you just said to me.
I know.
Okay. I mean, it's unfortunate Xargoz stepped away because several times at nice dinners, just to be cheeky bastards, we always try and get reactions out of our parents. And one of them is, well, BRB, gonna go make room.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, we're out to dinner at a very, very fine, you have to dress up a little bit steakhouse. And that's
sounds like your
what
family.
Xargoz excuses himself with.
As one does.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, good, you're back.
There's nothing wrong with honesty.
Actually, one of my friends got to see the producer's stage play where it had Broderick and Lane.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, like when it's on stage, it's all good and stuff. It's just they like super overproduced it.
Oh, he said he said he almost pissed himself laughing.
Yeah. I'm sure it was good on the stage.
One of the ones that Xargoz and I did get to see was the musical adaptation of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, Spam-A-Lot.
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 Oh, it's so good.
So funny.
Dang it.
Well, and
Wow, I
like
never saw that.
everyone's trying to, the hipster crowd was like, oh, it's just Eric Idle trying to make a quick buck, and like, well, yeah.
Okay.
It's what he
And?
does.
And that, there's a great song of that in the damn thing. Like, he's touring and doing press. What was the last group tour that Monty Python did? Come, we're old and fat, and come see us before we die. We need alimony payments tour.
Love it.
Yeah, they were very self-aware.
That's honest.
The Camelot, the Sir, not Camelot, Sir Lancelot, his song was a nice acknowledgement compared to the times of when the movie was filmed.
Who did Tim Curry play?
Tim Curry was King Arthur in the original run, which we did not get to see that one, unfortunately.
No, we still saw it in Chicago, which was a
Neat.
different cast.
But it was still absolutely wonderful.
Oh, absolutely.
What I was gonna say was like, I want to see more musical versions of things. Who cares?
Well, yeah, because that means there's more hopefully good songs. And that's what I liked about Spam-A-Lot was it didn't, like, adhere to the musical formula.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Like, I love Wicked, but as far as, like, diversity of the soundtrack, it's a very good version of it, but it sounds like musical music without being particularly inventive. And Eric Idle doesn't give a shit. Oh, I got RAR'd. Press F to RAR, chat.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely felt like what it is. Like it was Monty Python as a play. You know, they played with the audience. You can tell they really wanted to make you laugh, and
It was more
make
of like a
jokes.
Carney performance art show than an
Yeah,
outright
that's a
musical or play, which I like.
Good way to put it. I mean, the one thing that always sticks out is the French Knight. It's just the one thing I always remember because he just went on and on. Like he went across the whole damn top of the castle.
I know.
And yeah, like it just is amazing. But you couldn't do that to that extent in a movie. It only worked because it was a play where everyone's laughing their asses off in the audience.
Yeah, the day we saw it. I forget his name. The guy that played Peterman on Seinfeld.
Oh, words are hard.
remember that character.
Did you watch What About Dick? I have not seen that.
Elaine's boss.
I can picture his face, but...
Yeah, he was King Arthur.
Oh! Was he? Does that mean he's the one we saw because that was Chicago? Was he that Arthur in Chicago as well?
I don't know. It was in St. Louis when we saw it.
I don't know. I don't remember the cast at all. That was a long time ago.
That was one like for Wicked, and I think I don't know if it was the original run or not, but Anna Gasteyer was in it. You know, say what you will about the sketches she was in SNL, but holy shit, what an amazing voice. Well, that was some of her best bits on SNL, was whenever she had the guitar and could really belt it out and be a witty, sardonic lyricist.
It was John O'Hurley.
Oh! He's kind of like that guy. You recognize his face pretty easily.
Well, and while they're on the stage, well, there's two things that were unique about it. The theater in St. Louis is outdoors. And we had like 2.5, 3 inches of rain that day.
Oh.
So it didn't stop raining until like right before the show started. Thank God. So when they come to the part about the lady in the lake, he quips, well, whatever line it was, and well, she damn near drowned today. And then where they have the one line where we need a symbol, and the guy in the pit does the cymbal crash. He's standing right there in front of them and looks down at the guy in the pit and says, son, if you played a real instrument, they'd give you a chair.
As a percussionist, that really strikes a tone.
Their irreverence translated very well to that format.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, who am I in a shooting war with that just blew themselves up? Yeah, I look forward to going to a lot more live shows of all sorts, not just concerts, when this crap is over. Gosh, what do I even want to see? I never saw Hamilton. I know there's a video of that. I should do that.
Yeah,
It's on Disney Plus.
I like Hamilton.
It was
It's
really
long.
good.
That's why I've not done it yet. Like, it's long, and I don't want to casually watch it. I actually want to pay attention.
It's really well done.
I don't seem to have the other skins.
You can't change what you look like in this. It's only controlled by your class. It's when we're doing DooMware you can change what you look like. Because you have to look like the class here, because the class tells people your approximate health, movement, and powers.
Gotcha.
And that's like an important metagame bit of information to people that play this.
This is a lot more complicated than I thought.
Whoever just tried speaking, that was very, very, very quiet.
Sounds like a loose plug.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I speak very low. Usually.
A low talker, sticking to the Seinfeld theme.
Yep. Zargoz, where are your opinions overall of
It's just because it's
Seinfeld?
late where I am, so I can't talk very loudly.
Fair. I mean, I haven't had much urge to go back and watch it. Honestly, I think we were kind of too young. Like,
I ended up watching a lot of the reruns like after it was already done.
oh, and it hasn't aged too great.
It had...
So if you didn't like it at the time, it's hard
Are we
to
talking about
enjoy in
Seinfeld?
retrospect.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, there's parts of it that didn't age well, and then there's parts of it that are a sign of its times in that almost at least half of their plots don't work because everyone has a goddamn cell phone now.
That too. I mean, a lot of it is also just very much Seinfeld expressing personal grievances, of which, I think Seinfeld himself is a pretty shitty fucking person from what I've, seen when he's talking candidly.
He has an attitude, but one of the... So, like... one of the things he does, I watched one of his Comedian in Cars Getting Coffee episodes, and he had someone out, and they wanted to contribute to the check or what have you, and they wanted to know how much he was tipping. He's like, I'm tipping what I should be tipping. You are with me. You should not be contributing anything. I'm the multimillionaire that has more money than most people on Earth. And then they ask, like, well, what's a good tip for you? He's like, depends on the day, but usually 100%. So, like,
Well,
he at
that's
least
good.
gets some points of being aware of how lucky he is and how much money he has and how much it sucks to work in the service industry.
Sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, outside of capitalism nightmares, like, you know, his whole shtick is around, like, you know, complaining about stupid shit in society and stuff. And it's like, I'm over it.
90s comedy.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think-
right. And that's why I say, like, it is. It's very much part of the
Well, I
time.
mean, you say
like, society
it's-
doesn't do those jokes as much anymore.
It's literally just like making fun of the mundane. It's nothing new. But like, yeah.
Making fun of
Yeah.
the mundane, as well as, I don't know, I always felt like part of the bit was you are supposed to be laughing at how goddamn neurotic and crazy Jerry Seinfeld is, which is why the show was the way it was. He was not a good person in the show. None of
Right,
them were.
but
Yeah.
then you realize that's really who he is as well. I guess is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of that shit in the show
Yes.
that were Seinfeld's neuroses, it's like, no, that was him. He was writing about his life. That's how he feels about things.
Well, and it's not just him. It's also, goodness gracious, is Larry David,
David.
an
Well,
ornery,
yeah.
prickly son of a bitch as well.
who, you know, went
Yep.
even was like, no, I am not able to complain enough about Seinfeld. I'm doing a do-over.
I will
I've
say,
never gotten into Curb.
I never got
think it's
into it
not
the
my
way the
kind of
fan
humor.
base went, but please tell me you saw the clip where Larry David goes and visits Michael J. Fox.
I saw.
Oh,
it.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say the show doesn't have its
Look,
moments,
I'm
and
not
it's
gonna-
obviously intelligently written.
I'm not
But
gonna.
it's just...
I'm not gonna like fucking simp for Seinfeld or anything, but like, there's a reason it was like the #1 show. It's because people related to it, you know. Oh no.
Oh,
gosh.
absolutely. Absolutely.
It was one of its milestones was having an entire episode, the contest. It's legendary because
Yeah.
that did break a norm at the time for a primetime network show. Hey, can we do an entire episode about a no masturbation contest without getting tripped up by the censors? Like, to a
I
certain
mean, I
extent,
would-
I have to admire pushing, like, it's stupid censors, so
Sure.
poking at them, good.
Oh, Alkali mentioned what about Dick? I forgot about that.
I've not seen it.
It's good. You have to have the subtitles on because, like, if you're American, you don't know what the fuck they're saying half the time. That was me. I don't know.
Yes, some people have better and worse ears for accents and such.
Yeah.
For the most part, I tend to not turn on subtitles, even on heavy accents. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Someone just ran into this hut and pressed F to RAR.
Press after R.
Yeah, I'm going to
My
press
bad.
F to RAR.
I don't think I could watch Doctor Who without subtitles.
That was going to be the thing I was making the example of. Like, I don't ever watch Doctor Who with subtitles. I'm fine. I really am.
It's like, wow, they really are aliens. No kidding.
No, Zan,
No,
they're
they're
just
just British.
fucking
Kidding.
Scottish.
I know.
I love that David
That's
Tennant
amazing. You'll be fine.
is Scottish, but does a different accent, and then you finally get Peter Capaldi, who is Scottish and does the Scottish accent. And now you've got Jodie Whittaker doing the Yorkshire accent.
Hmm.
I know several people that have a hard time with hers. I'm like, really? I don't know. Xargoz, how much did you watch the VHS reruns we had of either Doctor Who or Monty Python? Like when we were little.
Again, I never really liked Doctor Who, so I never went out of my way to watch it. As for Monty Python, I've seen a lot of Monty Python over the years.
So how are you with their accents at times?
Oh, I can understand British accents fine. Really? I guess, yeah, it's to be fair, like, when was the first time we fucking saw Holy Grail? Like,
Early.
We've been listening to those fuckers since we were like 6 years old.
Yeah, but there's a difference between Monty Python and Doctor Who. I don't know, to me, in terms of accents.
I mean, I still rewatch Faulty Towers every
Lingo.
now and then.
Oh, that's true.
I
don't
need
watch
to
it.
do a full watch through. I started at one point and then stopped and never completed. So I need to do
It's
that.
very short.
Isn't it only like 2 seasons?
2 seasons of 23-minute episodes, I believe.
Yeah. Which, it's really unfortunate that John Cleese seems to be committing to being a douche canoe in his final years.
Really? What has he been doing now?
He is doing a lot of various rhetoric that falls in line with a lot of anti-trans people.
Good times.
So, but Eric Idle
like defending
is...
J.K. Rowling and shit?
Yeah.
I think I saw that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotta love the UK and them turfs, right?
Yeah.
It's a thing over there, more so
It
than here.
is. It's a different flavor of it here.
Yeah.
But it was nice seeing Eric Idle clearly and publicly poke fun at, of the living pythons, Eric Idle's biggest knock against him is that he likes money. He always calls out how he'll shamelessly shill for anything that he's doing, because he is a carnival barker at heart.
That's
In a
fair.
way, he's like wrestling. Like, look how much they're always promoting their merch. That's like a carny thing.
Yeah.
And if you're turned off by it, you're turned off by it. It's fine. But like, it's different than when, you know, Coke is trying to sell at you. Coke is a multi-billion organization. Eric Idle is just on the next thing he's making, and he's going to make sure you hear about it because he knows how to be perfectly charming and perfectly annoying at the same time.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Like, just go watch any of their old skits. Any of the Pythons perfected the art of the ingratiating asshole. Gosh, am I going to go binge watch all of Flying Circus now? Is that going to happen?
You know
That
it
can
is.
get difficult.
How much of it is there? There's a lot.
There's a lot, yeah.
And not all, you know, like sketch shows, not all of it is a winner.
Man
Well,
turns
a
into
lot of it-
Scotsman. I don't think I laughed harder at the aliens turning random people into Scotsmen. It was so stupid.
One of my
It was
favorite
so stupid.
One of my favorite skits of theirs I always call out to is a woman's inside, someone knocks at her door. She's like, "Hello?" It's like, yes, I'm a burglar. I'm here to burgle you." She's like, "Are you sure you're not an encyclopedia salesman?" And it's just back and forth, and it keeps going. It doesn't stop. And you know the punchline. You know the punchline as soon as he gets let in, after minutes of this skit going on. And as soon as he gets in, he starts trying to sell an encyclopedia.
Oh my god.
You know how everyone likes the Family Guy gags of this bit is going on too long?
Mm-hmm.
They did not originate it. They just popularized their version of it, because Monty Python did that ages ago.
Oh yeah, love it. Get on with it.
Yes. I really do love...
And now for something completely different.
Yes.
The silly party?
Yeah.
I mean, that is good. That goes way too long so many times.
This is way too silly.
And yeah. The political party that the names, they just keep going and going and going.
The People's Front of Judea.
I got killed.
Maybe I'll go watch, like, a best, someone's guide of watch these episodes.
That's pretty good bet to do. Yeah.
I keep saying I'm going to watch stuff during lifting, and I'm like, right, I can't watch funny things during lifting. That's not safe.
That's fair.
I've been thinking a lot about the opening sketch to The Meaning of Life, where one office building has a pirate attack on another office building.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, again, like, these things are not parody anymore.
Oh, I saw it in a movie theater. That was such a good fucking movie.
I do really like Life of Brian a lot.
That was one we weren't allowed to watch.
I know.
Eh,
My favorite skit from, I mean, there's so many good ones. The graffiti gag in Life of Brian is absolutely amazing. And then...
Conjugate the verb.
No, I haven't seen it all the way from start to finish. I've only seen like bits because the Christian reasons.
Jehovah, Jehovah. Stop it, stop it.
Hilarious.
Oh, I should watch it again. That one's been a while.
Yeah, my mom was like, I very much do not like that you aren't allowed to watch that.
Are there any men here? No, 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 no. Just the utter poking fun at every conceivable aspect of that whole framework and system. Nothing was left untouched by the end. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, and then,
it
like,
sounds
the
like
age-old-
you really need to watch it from start to finish.
I'd love to.
Take it in.
Oh, you know what, Zan?
I will.
We can do Life of Brian as socialist movie night.
There you go.
I want to do that. I want to do Last Supper, which is about
Yes.
liberals killing
Oh, okay, that was the
conservatives at
one.
dinner table.
Remind me. I have to go get and encode the subtitles for Last Supper. I forgot that that's like next on our list that we want to do.
Yeah, I really want to do that. And I just thought of another one too. Can't remember what it was.
Xargoz, have you heard of or seen Last Supper?
No, but I heard what you just said about it, and that sounds kind of interesting.
It is interesting. It's a dark comedy. It's fun.
And it was made in what, like 95?
Late
Really?
90s, early
Oh.
90s, mid 90s.
I was
It's got
expecting
Cameron
newer.
Diaz, and like
Really?
fucking fucking Ron Perlman plays the Rush Limbaugh of that world. Not even kidding. He says "my friends" and everything. It's good.
I'm very much of all of the movies we've
Yeah,
listed
I'm
so far of
interested.
things I haven't seen. I am most looking forward to that one.
I'm looking forward to that too.
And then we got to get. I think the chat has some
What's
suggestions.
happening?
Oh! Yins in space fragged my soul into space.
How could I have fragged anything when I'm disconnected? Pretty
Aww.
impressive.
Are you out of packets?
No, actually, my data just reset. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, right. It's May.
It's May.
Yeah.
My data resets on the 2nd. So
Oh.
Beltane.
lucky time.
We can try hopping in a server if we want to do it because there's enough of us. The weekly Doomware server, their change that they did for today was it's in team mode.
Cool.
So if at some point we wanted to hop over there and try that,
Yeah, I'd be down.
I don't know
Yeah,
how many
it helps
players
when I
it's
have
capped.
other people to drag down.
Nah.
So we're still in the first half. Xargoz, did you want to talk about WandaVision?
Oh, I mean, always.
Let's talk about, from my perspective, I will genuinely say, I think WandaVision, including its flaws, is my favorite thing I've seen from Marvel since... I'm going to go with the Guardians of the Galaxy happened after Winter Soldier, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
I will have to go with it is my favorite Marvel thing since Guardians. Thor 3 is high up there, but like I like Guardians and Winter Soldier more than it.
Yeah, I mean, and again, as a pretty big MCU fan that can also be honest about the flaws of the MCU, I do think it's one of the best things they put out. It's definitely the best thing in a while.
Well, and this links to what we were talking about earlier with Carl Reiner and Dick Van Dyke Show. I haven't watched the documentary. Shit.
Yeah, the documentary is very good. It's mostly just really cool, to see like the set stuff, right?
Yes.
Like,
Well, like, do they show what the sets look like in color?
Yeah, and they actually say that. The set designer is like, look, did you know that the kitchen in the first episode is blue? Here's the only time you'll get to see that. And they pan across the kitchen.
Nice.
Yeah.
For
There's a lot of
context,
really-
like, if you have not seen some of, like, the most classic... Because they kind of do a tour through the decades of, like, what was one of the most impactful or popular comedies or sitcoms of the time, and the episodes kind of change through it. And then there's reasons why in universe things like that are happening the way they are. But just the technical merits of the reproduction they do, starting at Dick Van Dyke, is astoundingly... Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't only look good from, like, the cinematography, but the set design, the costume design. And then they're writing the episode as if it is a Dick Van Dyke episode, but it still has to work as this MCU thing.
Right.
So, like, just the nuance and attention to detail is so wonderful and rewarding.
And again, like, from the behind the scenes thing, and what they talk about a lot is like the set design, and they built the Dick Van Dyke house for the first episode.
Yeah.
Like that first episode, if you like do a side by side comparison of the set they built to like the original Dick Van Dyke set, it's like 90% accurate. But then from there, they just redressed kind of the same set, right? Because they weren't going to rebuild, a literal entire set for each one.
Yeah.
But again, they still made it, okay. First, it's straight up the Dick Van Dyke. Then they make it Bewitched. Then they make it
Brady Bunch.
Brady Bunch. Thank you. Then All in the Family. Malcolm in the Middle.
The Malcolm in the
Modern
Middle
Family.
I was not expecting that. And I was so pleasantly surprised. I'm like, because you watch the opening and you watch the framing and everything, you're like, holy shit. It's like Malcolm in the Middle never went off the air. It's just, clearly everyone involved, like, they must, either everyone in that writer's room was fans of all of these things, or they, like, consulted with a super fan for each one.
I mean, one of the things they say in the behind the scenes thing is like, yeah, we had lunch with Dick Van Dyke to make sure, he had nothing else to tell us.
Good.
So yeah, they definitely were. And they also talk about, I think a lot went into WandaVision. I think more went into WandaVision than the other Disney Plus shows we're getting on that side, on that front. Like, I think it was the most pre-planned, the most researched, and pre-written.
Was it always going to be a series, or was it some point in its pre-production, was it going to be a movie?
No, I think this is something that they've been working on probably since Endgame.
It sure feels like it.
Right. They talk about in the behind the scenes thing a lot that Feige himself had a lot of hands-on stuff, and they did not say that at all in the Falcon and Winter Soldier one. And again, it's like, well, it kind of shows.
I just got fragged by History of the Yeen Part 1.
Yeah, that's a good name. So yeah, I do think, like, this was like a marquee thing for them. I think they really wanted this to be right on all fronts. It's so very, very good.
Obviously, spoilers and such, but check it out. What was your favorite part of WandaVision? Or what was your favorite, and what was the most surprising, if that was not your favorite? If those are not the same thing for you.
I mean, my first watch through, I did really like the Malcolm in the Middle episode. It's also a Halloween episode. there's a lot in that episode to really like on the first watch through. You know, because it's in the middle, so like you're way invested in what they're doing and stuff, and they just continue to do it well. That's also when what's his name, Evan Peters comes in. The other Quicksilver. I don't think that's a big spoiler because that was like crazy advertised.
That and did you know he played a DC character that was like a lightning or quick person?
He did?
Yes, that's part of the joke, I think.
What was he in the Flash show or something? I don't know.
All right, I'm breaking my rule. I'm looking this up because I want to know.
But like when I go back and rewatch it and stuff, those first 2 episodes are they're the ones in the black and white. It's Dick Van Dyke and Bewitched, and it's when they haven't really told you anything that's going on yet, so you're really just immersed in this fake sitcom. While they're constantly, every fucking line is a pun to the fact that, they're fucking superheroes, and yet it's this 1950s sitcom, So,
What?
I really, those first couple episodes on rewatches and stuff, I really do like them. The only thing... Go ahead, Zanny.
Oh, no. I just want it's super quick and I'll get out. Super quick weird announcement. Someone, apparently a Draggor Show fan, enjoys making closed caption subtitles for us. So the 5 dick-shaped things outtakes and the 12 Days of Christmas videos have closed caption subtitles now.
Nice.
So thanks for that, Hachi.
Yeah.
As well as my stand-up from Anthrocon, I believe they did that as well. So thank you very much for that. That's very cool.
Oh no, never mind. He's Quicksilver in
Fox
in X-Men.
Yes, he's the X-Men Quicksilver. Yes, that was the joke.
Yes. They say in universe, and it's like it is one of my favorite scenes because there's like the real world aspect to it, and you have Darcy basically incredulously going, "She recast Quicksilver?"
Pietro. She recast
Pietro. I forgot the meat space name.
I guess
not Pietro. Throw.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed actually with how they did that, because if you actually block from your mind that he is, the other Quicksilver, it really there's absolutely no justification for why it happens.
There is. I saw it.
I mean,
Wanda doesn't make him.
No, it's the villain.
Right. He's just a repurposed townsperson.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. But again, so why would she believe it?
Well, because the external people didn't know that wasn't Wanda doing it. I think it works.
I mean, I'm not saying it was terrible, but it is definitely weird that the bit that sells it is something that only the audience knows and is literally irrelevant to the character because, it's...
I'm saying it's not irrelevant. It's a clue that there is more than Wanda at play to the characters also watching this feed.
Well, right. But I guess maybe that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't for the fact that it was Evan Peters, it would be so blatantly obvious that something weird was going on and stuff. Which, again, for Wanda is how she should kind of be seeing it.
True. I understand.
And also, I just kind of see it as a missed opportunity of, they could have done multiverse shenanigans.
This map again. No.
Involved an entirely different story. So, my other kind of, not really complaint, but thing I felt weird. And then again, I'm trying not to go too much into spoilers in case people haven't seen it, because, again, it's just so good and just enjoyable. My other complaint is, so you see one character get unsnapped, right?
Yes.
At the end of Endgame, everyone gets unsnapped, right? Well, in the show, you actually get to see like the opening scene of one of the episodes is you see a person getting unsnapped and like what they're experiencing.
It is so cool.
It is arguably the coolest single scene in the whole show.
Nice.
Yeah.
If they didn't like it after the first couple episodes, would you say they stick with it and it picks up, or no?
I would say at least through episode 4 because that's when they start explaining things.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that really like WandaVision, but they did not like the first 2 as much. And
Interesting.
okay, but Xargoz and I are kind of on the opposite end of those 2 are the best.
Well, that's what I've heard. No, this is from one source. I was just curious.
Yeah, again, like, the first 3 episodes are very artsy. It's very much
Well, that's I'm all for that. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're if you're the kind of person that's like, all right, what the fuck? Episode 4 is when they finally
Well, this was my parents, so
clue you
yeah.
in. Well, yeah, so for boomers, yeah, you got to stick it through
Exactly.
episode 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't worry, episode 8 literally walks you through both literally what happened and emotionally what happened in the entire show.
Yeah.
It's
a bit much.
A little ham-fisted. I think only a little. Like, it's a little ham-fisted.
They
but
frame it
overall,
well,
it's still,
but
right,
it was very unnecessary.
So yeah, there's like episode 4 and episode 8 are like the boomer episodes where they're like, all right, anyone who can't figure this out, here's what's going on, and we're gonna walk you through it and hold your hand so that you can enjoy it too.
Yes, it from that perspective, like, it's fine. But my favorite scene, which you know this already because I was gushing to you about it as soon as I saw it, is the end of the first episode.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're coming off of watching anything David Lynch and you then go watch the first episode of WandaVision, you're going to have a very enjoyable questioning reality time. And it has a fantastic performance by one of my favoriteest people ever, the actress who plays Kitty from that 70s
That
show.
70s show. Oh, yeah, I loved her.
It's unfortunate she didn't have more of a role throughout the series. Because,
No, but
oh my
you
goodness.
get to see her being very adorable in the behind-the-scenes thing. as she
Oh,
talks
good.
about. You can just see her natural energy.
Because she was always basically the best part of that 70s show.
One of them.
Yeah.
I mean, she was very good. And is in WandaVision as well.
Yes.
She may be a typecast, but she's good at it,
Well, yes and no, because what they do with that on purpose is part of the point.
Well, yes.
And it is such, like, the meta commentary of that scene and her playing that character in all of that. There's both the in-universe horror and then there's the message to the audience, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, and
when you have a show that's like about shows, there's always the meta commentary in play, and all of their script choices seemed very intentional to me.
oh yes, yes. It's again, like I was saying before, it's definitely a show where like they very carefully chose every single word in that script. Like it's flooded with intent.
Yeah.
There's no, oh, we just did this to get it done. No, they did it like a movie. They did, everything for a reason. Which actually comes back to one thing I was saying before. The thing I was surprised about, and kind of, I don't know if I'd call it a complaint, but like I was saying, you watch this character get unsnapped, and it's like the coolest scene in the whole show. I assumed that was going to be foreshadowing for seeing Wanda get unsnapped, because it seems like that's kind of tied into the whole thing, and then they never really they don't show you that at all. Because if you think about it, if you're a Marvel fan, you kind of know, like, the MCU overall timeline of like what happened to her. Obviously the whole show is about her loss. The whole show is about everyone she's ever loved has died. You know, again, that's not a spoiler because if you know anything about the character, that's just the truth of the character.
Yeah.
So if you think about like what happened in Endgame and Infinity War and Endgame, and like, so what happened from Wanda's perspective? You know, she had to kill Vision and then watch him get revived and then killed again. And then she's holding his lifeless body as Thanos snaps and she gets snapped away. So from her perspective, you know, she's literally grieving over Vision being dead, and then all of a sudden she gets unsnapped and she's back in the woods and like Vision's body is gone and like, you know, oh hey, we have to go fight Thanos again. You know, like what the fuck?
Yeah, that is very traumatic.
From her perspective, yeah, there's something really interesting there. Of again, you know, you just watched your, you know, partner die. You're holding their body, and then all of a sudden it's just gone, and you have to fight again. And the world's 5 years later, and he's gone. You know, he's just gone. So there was a poignant thing there that I think they could have done a little better.
The biggest fault as far as a missed opportunity is that it is something they did not do. And then what they're doing with Sword, I honestly forgot Sword was a thing until I watched WandaVision. I don't know about...
I mean, that's real comic book stuff.
I just mean as far as in the context of MCU, and that in the movieverse, S.H.I.E.L.D. is like...
Well, I mean, it's the first mention of Sword is WandaVision in the MCU. Like, this is new for the MCU.
It is.
Sword is basically like S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a government organization that's supposed to... In the comics, it's supposed to be more defending against aliens. So it actually, like, has a meaningful and interesting, you know, difference. Like, you know, Sword is supposed to be, yeah, we protect the planet from aliens. You know, S.H.I.E.L.D. is more protecting the planet from itself.
Well, and what they're doing with this is they're being very literal about it. This new organization is called Sword. Sword is a weapon. They are building weapons. Like, their whole intent of what they do in WandaVision is about developing a weapon.
Well, to be fair, it's really not entirely clear what Sword's goals and aims are.
I'm saying as far as like a literal reading of, you had S.H.I.E.L.D. that was led by Nick Fury and Coulson, and they were, for as much as Nick Fury was a bit of anti-hero as far as he's the world's ultimate spy, so of course he's going to do spy things, but he was always like a true believer. He was always good. He was never corrupted. He made questionable decisions, but always was pure of heart. Same with Coulson. And Sword,
God,
they're
no
laying
idea
out
how
that
right
clearly is not the same up front. They want you to question the morals of Sword right away.
Right. They also changed the acronym, I think, a little bit, which also kind of...
Sword.
Well, again, like in the comics, it's something, I think the S is space. I don't remember
Is it?
What I think.
Space.
But it's not in the show.
What's it in this?
Sentient weapon, because it's sentient weapon something or other, another. But I think in the comics it's space
Same thing.
weapons.
Sentient
well, I mean,
weapon
yeah,
or
it's the
rectal
same.
dilator.
I mean, it's the same, but again, it's different enough that it's like, oh well, maybe they're gonna do it a little different in the MCU.
Flying hurt ball. Death. The gazer.
Also, they're kind of proving. I have said for most of the last 10 years that once they're done with Thanos and they got to move over to the next big bad, it should be the Kree-Skrull War. And it looks like I was right.
Is there a bad of that?
Well, because you still have
No,
all the groundwork from
guess
Captain Marvel.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, once you saw that in Captain Marvel, it's kind of like, you know, that was really where your prediction came it to be. Because, like, the two of them on Earth still keep showing up. in other
well,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, again, in the MCU, I have to remind people of this a lot. It is heavily implied that the Avengers are not on Earth right now. So when people are like, well, why didn't anyone show up to stop the Hex? Well, technically, we don't know where the fuck anybody is. You know, the last we saw of everybody, they did the funeral together on Earth, and then, 6 months passed. So they could have gone anywhere. They've done anything. We know Nick Fury's in space. He could have brought them with. Yeah, it's pretty heavily implied that there's like no Avengers hanging around.
How
right
do we
now.
know Nick Fury is in
It's
space?
the end of Far From Home, the post-credit scene.
How do I not remember this?
Oh, you don't remember? Yeah,
Don't. Please recap, because I know I saw this.
Remember in Far From Home, fucking Nick Fury and
Maria Hill, right?
Maria Hill were major characters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the post-credit scene is they reveal they're actually Skrulls, and Nick Fury and Maria Hill are actually in space.
That's right. That was it. Yeah, that is clearly where they're going.
So it's pretty heavily implied that like there's not really an Avenger on Earth to deal with it.
Well, and like it's a problem, but it is very contained.
Right.
So like they're not happy about it, but
I think like how Doctor Strange 2 is gonna start. Like they said in Doctor Strange 1, if we didn't have the Time Stone, all these other evil realities would come crashing on us because they know we're defenseless. Well, we don't have the Time Stone, so it sounds like Doctor Strange should be pretty fucking busy right now.
wait. Oh, right, because all the stones are destroyed.
Yeah, they're all gone. The other ones were put back into their alternate timelines. There are no Infinity Stones in the main MCU universe anymore. So yeah, so based on what was said in the previous movie, yeah, Doctor Strange should be real fucking busy right now.
And it is confirmed that. So Zan, you'll like this. I don't know if you know this or remember this or not. Doctor Strange 2 is being directed by Sam Raimi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So as if you
that.
didn't like Doctor Strange 1 enough, 2 is shaping up to be... I don't want to get my hopes up too high, because it's not like Sam
at least
Raimi
be
is infallible,
interesting.
but like...
Greatest thing ever.
Damn it! I'm
Yeah, I have
excited!
some pretty high hopes. I think they learned a lot from Thor Ragnarok, that it's good to shake things up and do really weird shit. So, and Doctor Strange is like the weirdest character. I'm
Raimi's
thinking
doing-
it's gonna be way out there. It's gonna be fun.
Cool.
In
like
fact,
Raimi. I didn't like Spider-Man. I didn't like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but I'm willing to give it a good one.
Well, say what you will about his
if you
performance,
know anything
but like
about
the
Sony
cinematography.
Entertainment, like those Spider-Man movies were ruined more by Sony than by anyone involved in actually making them.
Well, okay, they were ruined because they were all to somewhat degree or another based on James Cameron's script, and that was like a foundational misunderstanding of who Spider-Man is.
It was based on Cameron's script?
Yes, because the Spider-Man
didn't
movie
know
was in
that.
development hell for like at least a decade before the Tobey Maguire one came out, and one of the things that was happening around the time of like James Cameron doing Dark Angel was he also had a Spider-Man script. And like
That
maybe
makes so
if
much
he
sense.
so maybe if like James Cameron actually ended up directing it, the whole thing would have come out and been great. But like based on the script,
Cameron-y.
yeah,
It's weird
It
when you
makes
say that.
Goblin make a lot of sense,
sure does.
and like Willem
The
Dafoe
dialogue.
and stuff. Yeah,
Like unobtainium and shit like that, or whatever the fuck.
Take out the Power
Unobtainium
Rangers
was always meant to be a call out and joke to people in the scientific community, because that was always a fun shorthand name for anything that was theoretical but did not yet exist, or like we had as of right now we theorize how a particle or material would look but don't have any means of making it. It's
sounded
just
really dumb for those who didn't know.
it does.
Yeah.
but yes, Draggor is right. That is actually a word that is used for real
I
in
know.
scientific communities.
It's weird.
Obviously, they used it wrong, but
It required. It's a joke that should have been written out because it required too much context, and if you didn't have context, it sure didn't sound good.
Truth.
So
Okay.
That's not the only thing I had
Well.
deal with that movie, but yeah.
Look, I'm always gonna praise Avatar with all of its faults because it's basically Dances with Wolves in space, but without Kevin Costner and in space. So, like, how many wins are you gonna give me here?
Oh my
don't
God.
forget Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver is a given and is wonderful. Hey, Xargoz, do you want to change up modes? Do you want to do some jumpy bullshit? Do you want to
we
switch
can
over
change it
to Doomware?
I don't care. Whatever you guys want to do.
Well, you are the guest.
I mean, not really.
But
You haven't
I
even
am going to get
interviewed
going.
me.
This has been the casual one. This has been the subtle one.
Draggor, I am going to get going. Thank you for having me, though.
Oh,
Thank
bye,
you for
Zanny.
joining, Zanny. And
Thank you.
I guess for everyone listening, I don't know what the schedule is going to be. I think I originally had next week canceled, but my Mother's Day plans are pushed back a week. So that one will definitely be canceled. And I will announce, like, in the next couple of days what's going on. I might try and do a mode shakeup again, and we might do some classic Eon Weapons deathmatch and such with some different map sets, since it's been a while, and we've been doing a lot of QCDE lately.
Yes.
All right, I'll see you later.
Bye! I know were you on? No, it was on golf. I don't know if you were in there, Xargoz. I said on
Not
golf.
really.
I made the mistake of announcing the thing before checking in on where the watch completion was.
Oh,
Yeah, I was a bad
Yeah.
host.
I mean, and all you had to really do was remind me last night too, and I probably would have.
Well,
I've just been
yesterday
doing so much
was a
other
friend's 40th birthday, so by the time I got home, I'd been drinking and smoking since noon.
Huh.
Actually, I'm modestly proud of myself because I'm like, okay, I have not done an all-day thing like this outside with people before, so I'm like, let's be conservative with consumption. And by golly, I didn't black out, I didn't purge, I didn't wake up. Like, I had after effects where I've been slow today, but I didn't wake up with my head killing me hangover. You know, I engaged in my stupidity responsibly.
Well done.
Biggest Yenis.
He has a wife, you know.
He has a wife, you know. Doing a little bit of like an emo Phillips voice there.
Funny.
Because Yenis.
I got rawed very, very much. After this map, I'm going to change it to Instagib and we can do some jumpy bullshit. I've been standing this whole time, so...
Good. It's good for you.
Yes and no. I stand all the time and I'm starting to feel it in my lower back. So I'm sure there's something else wrong with my posture.
Yeah, when I was walking around before the show started, and someone noticed and was like, "Do you just walk around once an hour?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm in there doing computer work a lot, so yeah, kinda." You know, if you're gonna get up and stretch, you might as well go walk among the trees and the river and all that shit. You know.
When
It's
I
almost
was
like-
at WMS, the walks I would do, it was near one of the rivers in Chicago and had a whole bunch of little forested paths around. So instead of walking around the office, because fuck that,
Yeah,
it was in nature. And I got to see a bunch of critters while doing that too. I got to see some wild snakes a few times.
Oh, we released a mouse this morning.
Oh.
And this mouse just didn't give any fucks. It sauntered over to the bush. And Jumbles would like see it, and then like she would assume that it was gonna dart away as soon as she made a move towards it. So like, you know, she'd make a move and then start looking all over the place, and I'd be like, Jumbles, he's just walking. And like, yeah, she couldn't comprehend that this mouse was just sauntering by, like giving no fucks.
That is pretty
goofy.
good. Well, she didn't. Uh-oh. I changed modes and it ruined it. So the last 10 seconds are going to be real interesting.
Oh. Did I just go through what? What did you do?
Well,
Seems fine.
I am Yin Frankenstein.
Oh.
Children of
Yeah,
the Yin,
I'm,
that's good.
You should just rewatch WandaVision. I'm telling you, like, there's a lot to enjoy on the second watch through.
Oh, gosh
like,
darn it.
once
All right,
you
hang
have-
on.
Oh yeah, this didn't work at all. You know, once you know all the secrets and know the whole plot.
Well, okay. First things first, I need to watch the documentary more than rewatching the series. Because that is important, and
Yeah,
it lets
that
me
one
see.
was pretty interesting.
Can I just not shoot people?
I watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier one last night, and that one was way lamer than the
Aw.
WandaVision
Oh,
one.
I just fragged Jacqueline while they were invisible, and I am very proud of that. That's the main thing. Anyone who plays that character, I want to... Oh my gosh, shoot the camper, y'all! Stop shooting each other! Shoot the camper!
Camper.
Someone's was, I think they are gone already. They were at the quad damage spot.
Oh, up there.
Nice.
Yeah. But I have the red outlines turned on for a reason.
Yeah, very useful.
Oh my gosh, those missiles got to me anyway.
Got him.
Someone BFG'd me and I went flying. Or was that another missile attack thing? Ooh, ooh, no! Hi. Hi. I want to see... What do I want to see? So they're going to do that war stuff. So does that mean Guardians 3 is going to tie into that? Because they're kind of already... The end of the second one was Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I mean, I assume we're doing Adam Warlock and alien stuff. You know, we got Thor 4 coming out around the same time, too.
I just watched a high five happen. I am so pleased.
It was glorious.
Anyone on Twitch
was
who just saw
glorious.
that on my screen, go clip that, please.
The unfortunate thing is because of the James Gunn fuckery, Thor comes out first now, which probably means
Spoilers?
Well, it probably means the very first scene of Thor 4 is going to be the Guardians kicking Thor off the ship.
Oh!
So, you know, originally I think the plan was that Thor was supposed to just be in the next Guardians movie, and like then they split.
Oh.
The schedule got changed because they fucked up with James Gunn, and now Thor comes first. So,
Yeah, that whole... I mean, whatever, it got rectified. But goddamn, people.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was surprising that it happened.
I mean, all right. Out of context, the things that were dug up sure do look bad when you are Disney and you are family friendly and your hottest director that's all over the news has people going, look at all of these infanticide quote unquote jokes. Like, I understand at a surface level how that is not good. But holy shit, Disney created more of the PR nightmare than any of that already existing.
I guess maybe that's part of what I mean is like, yeah, they like it got Streisand affected so hard. Like if they just would have ignored it, it would have been fine. Like this is shit he said years before he ever even worked for Disney. Like he didn't do the double down bullshit or anything. So
No,
like,
you could even find at one point, like in the history of various on record apologies for like, look, young and edgy, thought it was funny, genuinely didn't mean harm.
Right.
I don't know. I've said a whole bunch of dark shit. The difference is the darkest stuff I say, I don't say on Twitter where there's an infinite record.
Right. Well, and again, you know, he wasn't nearly as famous then as he is now. So, you know, your perspective changes over time. So, Yeah, it was a pretty bad example.
Jim Jeffries
that.
on a special. I don't know if you watch any of his stand-up specials,
Oh, yeah, I
but
love Jim Jeffries.
one of the ones he did after getting dragged for an excellent bit on Bill Cosby, by the way. Long story short, he does a whole bit on Bill Cosby, and then some reviewer takes certain parts out of context and writes them in print. And yes, out of context in print, that sounds really fucking bad. So one of his responses to that was like, I don't know if you know this, but the job of a comic, in many ways, is to find the general public socially acceptable line and occasionally dip your toes across it. And when the line moves in either direction, the comic goes with the line. That doesn't mean it's a commentary or like a retroactive, this is okay, when stepping over the line from 10 years ago isn't acceptable anymore.
Yeah,
So
that's a
ride
good
the
point.
line.
I almost caught up.
Aha, I'm gonna ban MO for being a douche canoe.
Why?
What did he do?
Oh, is just,
I don't get that.
is putting us down for saying that Instagib is a lame version.
I mean,
Blasphemy.
he sounds like a genius, if you ask me.
Except I don't know how to do this because there's no right click. Shoot, I'm not prepared for this. Sorry, y'all. Whatever. Is there a map you want to request for Instagib mode?
I mean, it's always the Duke Nukem level. I do just
What is
like
that? Is that
level in
QCD?
general.
We'll do that one after this one because I like that one with Instagib a lot.
The level in general. Not just because of the porn basement.
But it certainly
In spite
helps
of
now,
it.
doesn't it?
Well, it gives you a plan B.
There was a mode of this map I was playing on some random server where there was a power up that would turn you into a random powerful DooM monster, and occasionally that monster would be a spider mastermind or a cyber demon.
No, that'd be nice.
So there was a spider mastermind stuck in this courtyard.
Oh,
Yup.
LOL hitboxes.
Yup.
Oh, the monster's pain when you do this to them.
All right, what was your for WandaVision?
Oh, I did find out Loki did get delayed. It was originally supposed to come out in May.
Is it coming out this year still or no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's coming out in June. I think the whole one release every week thing was the pipe dream. And if, all of the scheduling for every single show was entirely perfect, that would have happened. But I don't know if you've ever been to Hollywood before.
Sure.
That's not how those things happen.
In one of Ebert's better reviews of a movie that was like not particularly good, but that he still liked, his opening commentary was on the movie making process on, make no mistake, it's a miracle any movie gets made.
Right. Well, hey, we're getting development hell the movie in like 2 months, I think. Black Widow's finally coming out.
Oh my goodness. I want it to be good, but I do not have high hopes.
Yeah, I don't know what to think. I mean, it's been a core MCU movie for 10 years. How many rewrites does that take? And what about Chadwick Boseman? I'm pretty sure he was supposed to be a main cast member. Did they do all his shooting? Did they end up writing him out? I don't know.
It's gonna be an awkward... I hope it's good. Because I like Scarlett Johansson. I like Black Widow for the most part. At least MCU version. I don't really know much about the character in other iterations.
I mean, she's, considering this is one of the older female Marvel characters, she definitely was, a pair of tits for her early existence.
I mean, she was underwritten in Spider-Man and Iron Man 2, but, like, the scenes where she was good in them.
I mean, like, her and Jon Favreau doing that scene at the end is probably the best scene in the movie. Where he's just, like, barely fighting that one guy, and she's going and taking out the other 11.
She's one of the few people that was memorable in shutting down Tony Stark, and that was always enjoyable.
Yeah, no, again, like, her biggest problem was Joss Whedon.
Yep.
Again, I said from the very beginning, like, even before Avengers came out, I'm like, I'm sure Whedon will make a passable Avengers movie that will get this shit going. But goddamn, I hope they replace him at some point. And, look, they replaced him at some point, and the movies got better. Fucking figure.
All right, the map's going to reload. I think it's map 35. 34? 35? We're going to map hop. 35? Let's guess with 35. Temple of Warbird.
That
No.
doesn't seem right. Oh, I do recognize this map, though.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try one more. Let's see if it's 34.
Nope.
Ah, but
Good skybox, though.
it is. It's very pretty. All right, one more time. Except I'm going to go look up the map list. At least, please tell me the map list. Oh my glob.
And then Shang-Chi comes out in...
I don't even know what that is.
2 months. Well, it's Disney, so they're like, we gotta have a Chinese superhero. Like, that's the second biggest movie market. But, Marvel doesn't have too much of that, and they already fucked up with Iron Fist.
I mean, isn't that likely to just get redone?
I don't know. It never really came out what those contracts actually were, so I don't know.
Because, yeah, I was just talking with a bunch of people yesterday on our dearly departed Marvel Netflix series and what our favorite parts about them were. And we all agreed Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin was such a joy.
Yeah,
And
that's
that-
definitely a cast that would be worth keeping.
Yeah, even if it's not the rest
actually-
of the cast, like just
I was just
bring
thinking
him
about
back
this the other night.
and
I
what's his
think all the
face?
cast is pretty
What?
good. Pretty much the casting was never really the problem in those shows.
No,
Like, I
there was
think
just too
all
much
the casting
filler,
choices
and
were good.
especially in Daredevil. I don't know. It was a bit emo for my tastes.
Yeah, and again, you definitely could look at it as like a comic book kind of thing, right? Like, yeah, that was a Netflix stuff, and yeah, we're still going to keep the character, but technically, those seasons weren't canon, even though it's the same character and the same actor kind of thing,
Hey, it's happened before. Do it again. Don't care.
Right.
People
Well,
can
and
be.
again, the big thing is I don't know what the contracts say.
Well,
you
yeah.
know? Like, how long do they have to wait, or how does that work?
Yeah, like how much did they buy out? I thought that was a clone, and I was very incorrect.
Because now I have to assume that none of the Netflix stuff is canon, especially now.
None of it's canon. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't canon.
Shield is super non-canon now.
Which, I guess, since they knew it wasn't going to be canon, it makes sense why Coulson wasn't at that funeral.
Yeah, I mean, no, I was thinking about that last week too. Yeah, since it's not canon and since they never did anything, Coulson just died in the Avengers. Is the actual canon thing.
Which is, that frustrates me because I really don't like Joss Whedon. And one of the things he said he regretted the most was bringing back Coulson in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so that's why I want him alive, especially as a fuck you to Joss Whedon. Because, that was the most shocking moment of Avengers and in the MCU. Like, yes, he was not a main character, but he was there since the beginning. And that was a big deal. Plus, Clark Gregg is wonderful.
Yes. Hey, I've said this before. I think he's my choice to be a Star Trek captain, I think he'd make a real good Star Trek captain.
Yeah, I actually agree with you there.
At this point, though, he'd more likely, with his age, he'd show up more as an admiral.
Yeah.
That or Jander.
Scruffy.
Oh my gosh, if there's ever for any reason a live action Futurama, Scruffy.
Clark Gregg as Scruffy.
All right, let's do our fantasy casting. Who is... Now, technically, Billy West could just be Fry.
And should be.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right, John DiMaggio also plays Bender himself, but it's just him in a bunch of shitty tinfoil.
Yeah, I was gonna say just like a coffee can on his head
Yeah.
with eye holes cut out.
I would have said cardboard boxes, but that works too.
All right, so Billy West is also Farnsworth, so we need to recast Farnsworth.
Well, that or you put him in Rouge.
He does a Michael Myers or
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy if you prefer.
Because he
Plays them
could.
both.
It doesn't take that much makeup to make him Professor Farnsworth. I mean, it would be a lot of makeup if you really wanted to do it. I've seen some excellent, highly detailed Professor Farnsworth cosplays in my years of going to conventions.
You could also just do a paper plate mask and just call that it. And
Phil
then
Lamar-
never acknowledge it.
Does not look that much like his character. Oh my god, I would get Ron Funches to... Well, Ron
Christopher
Funches
Lloyd.
could do it.
What, Christopher
But who-
Lloyd is Farnsworth.
That'd be amazing.
There you go.
That would
Now,
be
who's
pretty...
Who's Brannigan?
I mean, Phil Hartman, right?
I would.
Are we going
That
for-
was the intent, yes.
Who's the guy who plays Captain America? I can't remember his name.
Chris
Chris
Evans.
Chris Evans?
I would put him as Brannigan.
He could do it. He can play a magnificent dumbass. It's great.
Not another teen movie.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I was out.
Alright. What about Kiff?
Okay, wait. Another option for Zap Brannigan, if you do want to be meta about it, is he is still alive. So you just ask.
Shatner.
Yeah, you
Shatner.
just have Shatner do it.
With no makeup or anything.
No
either.
makeup, nothing.
Shatner.
Give him poorly fitted uniforms.
No costume. He shows up on set like, all right, where's my dressing room? No, you're good.
Have him constantly ask about where the recording for the next Priceline commercial is.
Okay, so to Shatner as Brannigan, who plays Kiff?
Again, I think you just go Woody Allen.
Woody Allen's kind of untouchable.
Well, yeah, but
No one wants to go near that. Let's do it. Let's do a happier pick.
Crap, I can't think of the guy's name. And I don't want to say he's that Asian guy because that's not helpful and not, yeah.
For Brannigan, the guy who played Al Bundy.
Ed O'Neill could do a Brannigan.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How
I'm not
about
quite sure
for
about
Kiff?
Michael Cera.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, okay, but you are supposed to like Kiff a lot, and Michael Cera is best when you're also not supposed to like him. At least I think so. From Walking Dead, Glenn.
Yeah, that's the guy I was trying to think of. I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
Whoever his name is, that guy. I
I'm
think he would make a great kid.
blanking out on his name.
And Katie Seagal would have to be Leela.
She
Well,
could.
we all know who we're talking about. We all know.
If I were to recast Katie Seagal and make it about wrestling, it's unfortunately Zan isn't here. Chris Statlander from AEW would be an excellent Leela. Holy shit. Like, would be able to do all of her own stunts, would be able to do, like, look big and imposing and look great while doing it. Oh my goodness.
Hell yeah. Oh, sorry, blame you guys for getting me into wrestling stuff.
Ah. Is this a clone I'm fighting with? Nope. I have been betrayed by Never Cross the Yeens.
Zap.
Brannigan.
Okay, who plays Mom?
Betty White's still alive, right?
Yeah, Betty White.
Hey, Jessica Walter just died.
I know.
Character actress Margot Martindale.
Yes.
Method actress Marco Markindale.
Yes.
She's out of jail.
Who now? Are you doing CGI and Frank Welker voicing Nibbler, or are you recasting Nibbler?
Danny DeVito.
God damn it. I thought that immediately, but I didn't want to say it because I thought it would be too mean.
In a diaper.
You know,
And the cape.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Diaper in the cape. The
uh,
cheapest eye stock possible, just taped onto his head.
No,
except no, it's not an eye stalk. It's just always blurred out.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
We should do it.
No, but just the tip.
Aw.
It's obviously got to be like just like one of those cheap carnival like dealy boppers on a headband, but just blurred out the tip.
Well, and hey, this does mean we get we're gonna have a scene that's largely gonna be blurred out when they're refueling the ship with Danny DeVito. Uh-huh.
Well,
I just goes into the ship's bathroom. Aw, Nibbler! What? I'm refueling the ship.
We have a receptacle for this.
Gotta eat 47 hot dogs to make this Niblonium.
Danny DeVito just nonchalantly go, oh my god, who's hedonism bot?
Oh,
personally, I would try and get Alkali to do it, but I don't know. I don't know if
He
we're in-
could.
Nathan Lane.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I don't know. Wouldn't be who. Well, you already know who I would choose. Well,
Oh, that was fun.
God, I really do think that Alkali would make a perfect hedonism bot.
Okay, Robot Devil.
Um,
Well,
that has to be just because I love the voice. Just put him in whatever costume you need to. The singer that does the voice for Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. I had Ed Helms pop into my head.
That would be a different kind of robot devil. But it would work. I think it would work.
I mean, speaking of untouchable actors, Andy Dick actually could probably pull it off.
See, that's the problem. He's talented, but he's such a piece of shit.
The shittest of shits.
Like, the devil has always been likable in Futurama, so I'm not really sure how that guy
Hey,
would
if you know nothing about Andy Dick is very likable in news radio.
Very likable on camera.
Which is part of why he's such a piece of shit, because he knows how to weaponize it.
Yep. I'd say that's probably very true of that man.
I just don't like the idea of it.
Aha!
I like the idea of him getting
I
money.
crossed a yin and survived.
Hey, what about Zoidberg?
I don't know. Oh well, I mean,
Crap. What's the
Just-
name of
just a
that
crab.
Just a crab.
yeah, you just put a crab on the ground.
Okay, so who would voice the crab?
No, it's just a crab. And like
Crab.
clearly the whole gag is the crab shows up, the audience never hears anything, and there are no subtitles for everything. Every time they interact with Zoidberg, it's a classic either one or group participation of the phone call gag that Bob Newhart would do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Or you have only Farnsworth can hear the crab talk.
Is he talking to the crab again? Yes.
Everyone else is just like, what's with the crab? Oh, that's Farnsworth's pet Zoidberg. He thinks it can talk.
Or we make this really dark and like the real Zoidberg is dead, and then we just replace him with a crab just to make Farnsworth feel better.
He dies in the opening scene, gives him a crab, can't tell the difference.
And then the cast just humor him, just so he doesn't warn him or whatever. Like, oh my god, that could actually be the entire plot of the movie.
Caria Tamaralis just ended my reign of terror.
Oh my god.
Going for a scuttle.
Who's some of the other notable characters? The chef.
Oh, forget his
Uh,
name.
Gordon Ramsay is who I would put in that.
Well,
Just
that's part of
because
the
it was
joke.
just
That
so
would be.
funny.
Guy Fieri.
That's
Yeah, Flavortown.
His Spice Weasel brings you to Flavortown.
Yep.
That's how it goes.
No, actually had Emerald do it.
Oh,
That was the
wow.
original
Yeah, I-
inspiration.
Yeah.
Papa John on cocaine.
oh no.
You mean Papa John?
Oh.
It's implied.
Okay, Richard Nixon.
Oh, right. I mean, if I was making an uninspired choice, I would go with whoever did Nixon in Watchmen.
I would do whoever did the Nixon in the documentary of Nixon.
I would just say Jon Stewart.
I mean, we could technically just dig up Nixon's corpse and just.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could just take Nixon's head in a jar out.
Or John Cleese.
Well, since we're going absurd with this, let's go for Nixon's actual head in a jar, and it's just a skull. Because why not?
Well, then who's going to voice the headless body of Agnew?
Yeah.
Agnew smash!
I think we've hit most of the characters.
Oh, what about that the girlfriend of Kip?
Hermes?
Oh.
Right.
Amy.
Amy.
And yeah,
Amy
Amy
Wong.
Amy and
I don't know, the
Hermes.
one that wears pink. I don't remember her name, okay?
Who would I?
All I
cast?
remember is
Honestly, I would cast
oh, sorry. Was I interrupting?
the sister from Parasite. She's incredible. I want to see her in more stuff.
Yeah, I think she could make a good Wong.
Oh my goodness. Everyone in that movie was incredible. Oh, the dad, so good.
I feel like we got to get Amy Sedaris in this reboot.
All right. We also got to have Warnstrom.
But we could always just have her play herself and just be there for no reason.
Do the live-action Futurama Strangers with Candy crossover. If you want to see how fucking weird and dark Stephen Colbert can be, go watch Strangers with Candy.
That show was so weird.
I love it. I love it.
Ahead of its time. Like, that's like
gross.
Adult Swim level fucking weird.
It is.
5 years early.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert, if you like and you enjoy watching Stephen Colbert and you're like, "Oh, this pleases me. I like this. This is fun." He will not make you feel that way on Strangers with Candy. This is a lot more in line with him being a magnificent jackass when he was a correspondent on Daily Show.
He got to whip it out for a minute in BoJack.
Is that after I stopped watching?
No, he was the boss frog.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Oh, that was so good.
Okay, what about Hermes?
I was saying Ron Funches for Hermes.
Yeah.
Familiar.
It's one of those where I have to admit that if I were to like go with someone of that nationality portraying it, I don't immediately know a Jamaican. Like, I just don't know that many Jamaican actors.
I don't know. Like everyone that I can think of is dead.
Who was in Cool Runnings?
John Candy.
I missed that, man.
Yeah, I can't think of an actor for Hermes that isn't dead.
Okay, I do have to throw out there, I found it recently, and it's a little bit weird and tone deaf, but whatever. Tenacious D did a cover song for the 2020 election to go out and vote campaign. And they covered the main Rocky Horror song.
Which one's that?
Time Warp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Time Warp. Yeah.
And Jack Black is just one of the... I don't understand how he has this seemingly infinite well of energy and expressiveness that he just does for everything that he does. Like, I thought his face was going to explode when he's doing the screams over the chorus.
Nice.
Like, every time he performs, he is giving it his all, and
Actually, I want to see that. I'll have to...
it is
Look that up later.
infectious. The overall song and video itself sucks in that, like, they do the "and a jump to the left," and they stop the song, and they have a bunch of cameos doing the line reading, not even singing it, one by one at a time. And it's like,
yeah, I just want to
that
hear
sucks.
Tenacious D sing Time Warp.
Just watch it once and suffer through those crappy parts.
Maybe someone's done like a super cut where they take that out.
Sure. Or at least edit them all over and auto-tune it and make it part of the song so, you know, it doesn't suck anymore.
I mean, it is a spoken word part of the song.
Yeah, but they're not doing it with any kind of cadence or with acknowledgement to the fact that there is pacing and there's a reason that you only have the one beat. When you have three people in a row doing it and doing it slow or like clearly without guidance of an overall composition, you'll see what I mean. Like, they just asked a bunch of people, hey, can you record this line spoken? And then it was all in the editing room to put it together. And I can tell you, someone in that editing room went, did no one give any kind of guidance for this? But it's like, it's a small offense compared to how awesome Jack Black and Kyle Gass are.
Okay, listening to it.
KG.
I never did see their, they basically did like a,
Destiny?
No, in like 2018, they released some YouTube animated cartoon thing that had a bunch of short song sketches and things. And the album itself was not well reviewed because it was never meant to just be an album, I guess. So they just released it because they could. If you like Tenacious D brand humor, which admittedly has not aged too much over the decades.
I mean, I think people kind of rose-colored glasses it. Like, listen to that first album. It's not just songs. Like, they did weird fucking shit.
Yes. They did very weird things. But like
Oh
that
my
album
God,
was the end of what they had been doing up to that point. So like, have you or anyone else gone and watched either their 6-episode miniseries or watched any of their underground live performances? Like, holy shit, that was the good stuff. The album was just this polished culmination of all of that, and they've kind of been doing that same thing since. But like,
Yeah, the album was really taking the songs of the
Draggor?
miniseries, really.
I just heard the thing you were talking about, and that is worse than you described it was.
I told you, but the Jack Black and Kyle Gass portion's awesome. Oh, that was a
Okay,
bomb.
that
Why did I go
portion-
run at that? That was not a pickup. Who pooped out a bomb and then it blew up on me?
Also, Jack Black had a pretty decent video game made of him too. Usually those.
Yeah.
Oh,
games
right.
come out
What was that called? You played it.
Brutal Legends. It's fun.
Yeah.
You can get it on Steam for like a couple of bucks nowadays. It's fun.
Yeah, I really liked that game when it came out. I had no idea about any kind of any of that music genre at all.
Speaking
And then I ended up being
of,
all
Oh yeah, wait. You've never played Brutal Legend, Draggor?
I've seen you
Are
play
you
it, but I've never played it.
Aware of the voice cast?
I mean, isn't it a bunch of metal musicians?
Yeah, like it's literally Ozzy and Lemmy and like literally.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It's good.
look, Jack Black pulled off this thing similar but different to Weird Al in that regardless of humor views and everything, like as a musician and performer, this dude is better than most serious acts you will ever see. Like, I really do feel like Jack Black is that good.
Yeah.
So, when he does stuff and, like, he says he's a metal fan, and then all of the metal fans hear his songs and go, holy shit, this is really good. Like, the cover that Tenacious D did for the Dio tribute album is incredible. And, like, it's no joke. Jack Black literally worships at the altar of Ronnie James Dio. So when it came time to do the actual for realsies ultimate tribute, it is so good.
I'll have to look that up.
Have you seen Jack Black on the Eric Andre show?
Yes.
He
That-
totally fucking, he goes along with it the entire time. And then Eric Andre leans in, hey, Led Zeppelin sucks, am I right? And goes for the high five, and just like Jack Black is just like, no, I won't do that.
Nice.
Well, that and, like,
Gotta
Jack
respect.
Black knew what it was going into it. And there was an interview where Eric Andre was like, okay, so he knows what's going on. How do I still fuck with him?
Well, yeah, and that's what's funny is like, yeah, Eric Andre still got him.
Yeah. If you ever want to see Jack Black genuinely uncomfortable and also being electrocuted.
Wait, what show is that?
The Eric
The Eric
Andre
Andre.
show.
It's dumb, but that's one of the better episodes.
Yeah.
What's that on?
It's in the vein of, like, pranking celebrities and also filming skits out in public a la Jackass, except, I don't know, a lot of the people that he's bothering in public, what he does is, like, actual physical harassment. And so, like, that's not okay to do for a laugh. So I'm always hoping when Eric Andre crosses the line, I'm like, I hope this is the day your nose gets broken. Maybe then you'll learn.
Thank you. I more meant, like, where can I watch it?
Oh.
Internet.
Around.
Yeah, internet. Go find it. Good luck.
Yay!
But But yeah, Brutal Legend, very, very good game. And
Yeah,
yeah,
it
if you're a
is.
fucking metalhead, you should just play it just because of all the people that are in it.
Well, even if you're not, it's still a great game. I had no idea about metal, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah, it obviously has good music, and it's just a lot of fun. The actual RTS portion is mediocre, but whatever, you can rush those sections pretty easily.
I was gonna say, as long as it's not tedious.
Like,
No.
even for me, who at the time had never played an RTS, I was able to use them after only like 2 or 3 tries. So
Yeah, and you're always playing against the fucking computer, and they're not good at it. The computer's, I think, set to like super easy. Yeah.
Whatever.
The reality is the fun of the game is in the overworld, GTA-esque portion of the game.
yeah, it really is.
Which, usually when those kind of systems get tacked onto a game, they, detract. But in this case, no, it was.
They
the
actually did a
important
good
part.
job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they actually did a good job.
Well, and yeah, so there's a whole overworld that you travel on and stuff, and it's like, again, it's this whole like metal fantasy world. Like the god is like a fucking hot rod or something that that died and seeded the world or something. So like the world is like a giant car corpse or something in the lore, something like that. It's been
Oh,
a
that
while.
is so absurd and so very Jack Black.
Yeah, no, it's very
I-
metal. I mean,
and
again,
The entire game is very Jack Black.
yeah,
If
it
you like
lives
Jack
and
Black
breathes
at
metal.
all, you'll love the game.
So the car, from what I'm seeing, it has to be ZZ Top's car.
Oh!
I think so.
I remember.
Ford, typical '90s Ford hot rod, or '90s take on the 32 Ford hot rod.
Rat rod, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's the stereotypical hot rod.
But yeah, it's a good game. And again, like all the lore and stuff, all the cutscenes, like it's your typical fantasy schlock, except as metal as possible.
I support this product and/or service. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh!
I would
what
like
a
to subscribe to
bloodbath
its
up
newsletter.
there. Jeebus.
And it's just so unique. Like no one's done something like that really since and have it like succeed the way Brutal Legend did. Like just, you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna make metal the video game. And it worked.
Nice.
Dio was still alive then. Was Dio in it?
Probably.
Pretty sure.
I don't know who that is, but
Ronnie
probably.
James Dio of the band
Oh,
Dio
holy
and
diver.
Rainbow.
Keep in mind that I had no idea, like, any metal people when I went to that. Because that was my first experience in metal, was that game.
All right. How about at the very end here we hop over to
Doom? Where?
the Doomware server.
Yes.
I don't know why it said so disjointed like that.
So it should, if you put
Wait.
Doomware in the search in the upper right-hand corner, the one that is MDF Presents Doomware Sundays, that's where we're going to go. And it'll be small teams, but it should be fine. And I will be in there spectating, waiting for people to join. I also just forgot I should send a message to the server and telling people to go to...
That's...
I do copy name.
What? What the hell
Now I
is
need
going on
to
here?
connect to my server again so I can send a
maybe I'll just-
message.
Maybe if I close and reopen Doomseeker? Maybe that'll fix it? Okay.
All right, there we go. I sent a
getting
message.
An error repeatedly no matter what I do here.
You might have to refresh, but I am in it.
Getting the WAD error.
Yeah, I'm getting an error.
Same. I just downloaded the file that said you don't have all the files. Play anyway.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, same thing.
I wonder if one of the servers where you get the file from is having a problem.
Seems that way.
Could be a maximum simultaneous connections or something. We have to take turns.
Try doing the WAD download one more time and let me know what happens.
Please make sure you are
same
using the
thing.
exact same WADs as the server and try again.
All right, well then I'm gonna host one and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm getting the
But I need to
same
do
thing
team
every time I
deathmatch and
do
it should just work. Okay,
I'm sorry,
if you
could you say
if
that
you
again?
refresh once the server's up, give it a second. If you search for Doomware, you'll see Draggor's little Histen Doomware edition, and try joining that. And hopefully it
What about
works.
Dargor's little Histen?
Did I spell it wrong?
No, I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the server's there, so you will have to refresh to see it, since it wasn't there to begin with.
Hmm.
Never cross the yeens.
There we
as
go.
Connected.
Hello, hello.
Loading in. So I pulled up the cast of Brutal Legend. No Dio. Jack Black is obviously the main character. You have Jennifer Hale, Zach Hanks, Suchi, Alex Fernandez. Here's a real curveball. Tim Curry is one of the characters. apparently.
Ooh.
I did
Nice.
not know that, which makes me want to play it. Rob Halford, Lemmy, Ozzy, Lita Ford, KG, Brian Posehn.
Oh, of course Brian Posehn's in it. The other notable comedy nerd metalhead.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so going back to
Posehn,
going back to our
that's great.
Futurama, Tim Curry is the robot devil.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Apparently Will Wheaton's voicing it too. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tim
I got
Curry's still
fun
going.
stuff.
He did. Here's how you
I
know
know.
Tim Curry still has his mind to him, even though he
No.
unfortunately got hosed with a stroke. But he's still with us. He finally recovered enough that he could answer some fan mail. So he's going through, and he's in his chair. He's got like a bunch of the various face paralysis going, and he is being weird and snarky and witty while answering fan mail, just as weird as he's always been.
Nice.
yeah, I
What
was
are
so
the
sad when he had a stroke. Like, damn.
But he's still performing. He's still, within reason. Like, it sucks, but he's not dead. And
Well, and if it does push him into more voice work, I'd be okay with that.
oh my God, pet the bunny, pet Daisy.
There, I couldn't find the bunny.
Oh, she's so quick.
No.
I did it.
You beamed someone?
I beamed 2 people, I think.
Never crossed the yeens. Disconnected. Oh, connected. Well,
I'm back.
red team is obliterating.
No.
I mean, we're on the same team, Gray.
No, someone got the mushroom.
Right. And we're on the same team.
Oh.
That's my point. I got the mushroom.
I'm sorry, my brain is still on normal Doomware.
Oh, I
Okay.
was not paying attention.
One of you pushed me out of the way, thank you.
I fell
And-
into a pit of lava.
So, someone pushed me
Same.
to save me, and then someone pushed me off to kill me.
I pushed my teammate into the lava.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh.
And then I got pushed in again.
I pushed my teammate into the lava.
I noticed.
Oh, I forgot to reset myself to being an imp. Well, there's only a couple of us playing this one, so let's see how far we get this time. Am I the only one left?
I don't even know if I was in this one to begin with.
Oh, what the fuck? Come on! That's the side-scrolling, jumpy one. I did not get a potion, but I did kick the dude with the sack.
What was that from?
I don't remember, but it's from a thing, right?
Yeah, no, that like.
And by a thing, like a
definitely-
game.
No.
So close. Fuck that.
Wow, I can get a lot farther when people aren't trying to push me off.
Oh, I fell. Wait.
Oh my gosh,
Sleep
I have not made it
really
to the
for
end in a
some
long time on that one.
Wait, am I still my mech?
Are you what?
Am I still the green mech?
You're a red mech.
reason. What? I stayed on the ground.
You might have been on the receiving end of my rocket,
Oh my god.
and it might have booped you in the air. Isn't there a mushroom in this level? There it is.
I don't think. Maybe. I want to say no.
There
I
is.
don't
It's just
know.
very hard to get up there, and there's a lot of big nasties up there. And I spent so long doing it, I don't know if I'm going to get to the end in time.
Heck.
I
Hey,
did not.
I got
No one
you,
did.
Tommy.
Hooray!
I did.
You did?
I got there.
I didn't even see you up there. All right. Get that mushroom. It's worth 3 points.
Yeah.
There's no time to hit a bog in this game. Priorities.
That's why, that's why you gotta have the vape pen as a backup. I jumped off.
But then they go too fast.
I have driven into a ditch. So yeah, I will announce
successfully
schedule
desert
things
bus.
as I figure them out. Things are a little bit chaotic right now. There are Anthrocon things in the works. Long story short, a bunch of us that want to do some things for Anthrocon online are trying to pick a weekend where all of us safe and vaccinated folk can do some recording together. So that's about as much as I can say about it, but there are some intents for, myself, Draggor House. We want to do a little bit for it, since usually we staff it. And that is currently making planning DooM weekends a little bit chaotic. So, as I know, we will do it. Probably for this month of May, I'm going to bust out a one-off different game. Either a Quake 3 style engine game, or there's an alternative mode to QCDE that has different jumping and air movement stuff. No one's been able to help me figure out how to run a stable Unreal Tournament 1999 server, but as soon as that ever happens, we'll play Unreal Tournament again.
Sounds good to me.
I still gotta fish up the mod that's basically like the Mario Kart game. I'm still very interested in that, because if I can do Mario Kart and DooM, that'd be pretty fun. We might even do a short server where it's just specifically like a reduced day. We're gonna play 30 to 60 minutes of some Doomware and other goofy mods. We'll find out.
That would be fun.
But it has been 2 hours. Thank you, Xargoz, for talking Nerd Shop.
Yeah. Always love talking MCU.
Oh, it's fun. I probably will end up watching WandaVision again at some point, just because it really is. It overall is that good.
There's a lot of little subtle things to pick up once you know the whole story.
All right. I am going to stop the stream. Thank y'all, and see ya next week.
See ya.